Hey, this is Jamie at Useful Knowledge. Welcome to our sorghum syrup video. So if you'll stay tuned, we're going to take you through all the steps from planting the sorghum, growing the sorghum, keeping the aphids off the sorghum naturally, harvesting the sorghum, and finally pressing the sorghum and making syrup. Okay, what we're planting today is Dale variety of sorghum. I got these from Southern Seed Exchange, so we're gonna plant them. So I'm using my Earthway garden seeder to plant this sorghum seed. I'm using the carrot and lettuce plate to plant it. I actually tried it, it works pretty well. So that's what we're gonna use. We're gonna see how it turns out. Okay, the sorghum right now is at the boot stage. So that means the seed head is about to come out. And you notice that's going to happen when you've got a single leaf at the top of your stalk. And you can see the seed head about to pop out there. So basically, to know you're in the milk stage, you just squeeze some of the seeds. You can see it's actually is milky on the inside of these seeds. You can see that come out there. So now we know we're in the milk stage, and it's just a matter of time, just a few days before we go into the soft dough stage. Okay, we got 7 rows of sorghum on the back of this trailer, and it is loaded up. Okay, and basically we're just going to keep feeding this until we're done. We got about 1.5 gallons last night in a short run. I'm going for about 3 or 4 gallons tonight before we have to shut it down. And we're going to finish up tomorrow. So GrainMaker actually ships the sorghum press with a handle that you can see on the left there. I'm doing a lot more sorghum than I want to press by hand. So what I did is I rigged me up a motor controller, which is a DC motor controller, connected up to a DC motor. You see that motor on the right there. And then basically I've got a pulley system here. And that pulley system actually turns my big flywheel on the press. And this thing works great. I rigged this up, I guess 2 years ago, and it's worked flawlessly since. Okay, I want to show you my cooker. So I built this cooker out of concrete blocks. I've got just regular concrete blocks down below and just some cap blocks up top. I've got a 2 foot by 2 foot cooking area. The rebar is on there just to support the pan. Now if you look down in here, I've got my homemade pipe burners. And these are no different than the video that we have on our channel about how to make a pipe burner. It's just they are shorter. Okay, I've got my propane tanks over here. And they are connected up to my pipe burner venturis right here. And there's a cat. There's 2 cats. So anyway, we're about to get our pan on here and we're going to get going. Now we're just going to pour in our juice. Okay, after about 1 hour and 40 minutes, I've brought this up to right at boiling. You can see there it's starting to bubble. and some of the skim is actually coming to the top. So with sorghum, you have to get that out. So that's what we're going to do now. I'll show you some of it. You can see how that gets on that skimmer. And basically what you have to do is just keep skimming until it quits. And at some point, you'll get all the skim off of it. And then you'll just keep cooking until it becomes syrup. And there's just another view of the skim that you're getting out of your sorghum juice as it's cooking. And really it just starts showing up about the time it gets to the boiling point. Okay, about 2.5 hours ago I put this in cold, and you can see on the other side how much is actually boiled off by now. I brought it up real slow to the boiling point, and it's been simmering, perfectly simmering, for about an hour now. And so we've reduced this down a lot. So should have about another hour, maybe 2 hours to go. And we're just gonna keep skimming and keep cooking. Okay, we're getting real close. This has been cooking for, I put it on about 3 hours ago. Now it was cold out of the refrigerator when I put this juice on, but we're getting really close to where we're gonna call this syrup. We've got a lot of skimming to do. I've been skimming constantly for about the past hour. We gotta keep skimming, but this is very, very close. We're probably looking at another 15 to 30 minutes before we're ready to call this syrup, get it out of this pan and into some jars. Okay, what we're about to do, I'm just going to check this for consistency. And this is really no different from what I've shown you how to do in the past with jams. We're just going to see if this is almost ready. We're going to let this sit over here and cool. Okay, I'm going to do one last skimming and we're going to turn this off. This has the perfect color and consistency for what we want out of our sorghum syrup. Okay, we're just going to turn our burners off, and then we're going to drain this out of the pan. We brought our syrup inside, we let it cool down for a few hours, and I've just placed it in our pint jars, and we ended up with 7 pint jars of fine sorghum syrup, and this stuff absolutely tastes great. So now what we're going to do is put some bands and lids on it. Now this syrup is shelf stable. It doesn't have to be sealed like if you were canning jams or jellies or something like that. We're just going to put some bands and lids on it. And like I said, it's shelf stable. So we hope you gained some useful knowledge and enjoyed our video on making sorghum syrup start to finish. Thanks for watching.